Hello and welcome to the Marketing Compass podcast. This is the show for all the students out there who want guidance in the marketing field, where you learn how to navigate and choose the right path that you love in marketing. And on this episode, we have Menank with us today. How are you doing, Menank?
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. So, just a little bit of context, Menank. If you could introduce yourself, what are you currently doing as well? So, if you could give it just about you, that would be great.
Awesome. So, hello everyone. My name is Menank, and I'm known on LinkedIn as Menank Mino. That's my full name, and I'm a marketing manager at Hey Digital. We are a performance marketing agency that does performance marketing for Series A plus SaaS brands, and I handle the marketing over there. So excited to be here, and yeah, let's begin.
Perfect. All right, Minak. First question to you. What is marketing according to you? If a 5-year-old had to come and ask you what you are doing and what marketing is, how would you explain that?
Oh, it's very simple. If a 5-year-old comes to me and talks to me, asks me about to explain marketing, I'm gonna show him a. I'm gonna take his toy. Let's consider this AC remote as a toy. I'm gonna take his toy and be like, okay, you bought this toy, right? I'm gonna explain it like that. Like, how did this toy exactly come to you in the first place? It's because someone marketed it to your parents, and your parents gave it to you, or you saw it in a television show and you asked for it. So it's either of the two things, and I would explain marketing like that. From the production of the product till it reaches consumers' hands, the middle process, of course, ignoring all the operations and etc. Why would the consumer buy this certain product, right? That itself is marketing. That's how I would explain marketing to a 5-year-old.
All right. So, of course, we all have starting points and that pivot point that, oh, yes, we want to get into marketing. When and where did that interest in marketing develop for you?
Nobody wants to become a marketer. It's everyone wants to become either an astronaut or something back in those days, but right now everyone wants to become like an influencer. Now you'll realize when you go into this path of becoming an influencer, whatever it is, when you want to become like a food influencer, when you want to become like a fashion influencer or a lifestyle influencer, exploring the things that are all around you, you will notice that you will need to market yourself as that kind of an influencer, or else you're not going to get followers. And in this process of marketing yourself as that kind of an influencer to get those followers, you will start to learn different aspects of content creation, different aspects of marketing, which is getting your word out there, getting your story out there, getting convincing people why to follow you, convincing people that you have something of substance that they would like, and that's why they need to follow you, etc. You will learn something known as social media management, content creation, marketing in general, in a small way. And that's when you realize, oh, I'm also doing marketing, I'm also marketing myself. I can then do it for others too. So that's what it is. In this process of doing things, you will discover that there is something called marketing that pays money too. And that's when you will start to research more about it, maybe Google stuff, maybe read, maybe watch some YouTube videos, etc. I think that's how the journey begins.
All right. So you had a very interesting journey into the marketing field where you started off as a magician and then you went to ethical hacking by your own self and then you shifted into content marketing. So if you could, explain your journey as to how that started out and why you took ethical hacking and why you decided to pivot into content writing.
Absolutely, really simple. When I was growing up, uh, I was like the tech nerd. I used to like things all about tech. I used to top in computers, etc. in my class, highest typing speed and all that. Now, naturally, I gravitated towards tech and looked at careers that actually paid more, that were more interesting to me as well. And hacking was one such thing back in those days. If you ask me, everyone was trying to look into the dark side, into the dark web. They're trying to hack things. They wanted passwords of their friends. It started like that, okay? So that's when I thought, okay, fine, if this could be made into a career, so be it. And I tried doing the ethical hacking course, got some certifications done, did a few things, but then I realized slowly that I mean, it was an interesting path, but I didn't have a proper computer back then to pursue it. To ethical hack, right? For example, if you want to hack like a Wi-Fi of sorts, technically you have like a database that is behind, and that is trying to brute force the Wi-Fi password of that particular Wi-Fi router or something. Now, to run that database, you need to have like a proper processing power on your computer, and you need to have like an external what do you call it, signal capture thing device. It's a very small device that comes. It looks like a small antenna, so that you can capture the signal carefully. You can send those packets and try to intercept the signal. So a lot of things is involved like that. What happens is I didn't have a proper computer or not proper processing power, etc. I was still in college too, and that didn't work out honestly. Although I was topping the hacking class, that still didn't work out. Also, it required a lot of hard work. There's only a certain things that you can do without learning coding in hacking. You can just do scripts, you can find your ways around it, but you need to be able to code certain things as well. It's a pretty nerdy thing that happens in hacking, and that's why I'm like, okay, this is not something. This is getting too technical. I don't want too technical too. So I started googling how to make more money online, etc. Still, I wrote a review about the Deadpool movie released in 2016 on my Facebook. And what I realized is that Deadpool movie, the review which I wrote, attracted a lot of people. They were like, why don't you write reviews for us? Why don't you write things for us? And I'm like, sure, let me do this. And that's when I discovered content writing. And after 8 months or 1 year, I discovered that we could get paid for this. So uh, I started getting paid gigs then. I started working for things that interest me, like the tech blogs. I was a tech blogger. And slowly, while writing these tech blogs online on websites, etc., like WordPress, I discovered WordPress, I discovered websites, I discovered SEO, I discovered the entire marketing. And fast forward 2016 to 2024, I'm here doing marketing slowly. Started with content writing and ventured into the other different things.
All right. So, can you tell about the complications that you faced when when you shifted from ethical hacking to content writing? Because you said that you researched about how to make online money online. So, if you can shed some light on it, that'd be great.
Absolutely. So, as I said in the previous answer, I wrote a review on online about the Deadpool movie. Somebody liked the review, and that's how I got into content creation. For the next 6 to 8 months to 1 year, you can say I wrote for free online. I didn't know that we could get paid for this. After 1 year, I learned that we could actually get paid for it, and then I started getting some paid writing gigs for an extremely low price. I used to write articles for 300, 400 rupees, 500 rupees back then. And back then, I was in college. I used to make a lot of, I used to write articles like this, make a lot of money, uh, doing volume, playing the volume game. I finally bought the things I like, the DSLR, the mobile, etc., with this money. So while writing, then I discovered WordPress. Right? They told me that you can publish the article by yourself. Then from WordPress, I discovered SEO. They gave me keywords to write. From SEO, I discovered there's something called marketing, etc., etc. It just grew like this. I just grew into it in a very long way, extremely complicated way. Where the one where I had to work for free. But you don't have to do that. If you're like a student right now, you have the internet, you have a lot of options. You're watching or listening to this podcast. All you have to do is read about marketing and what aspects of marketing there are, right? One is the ads that you see on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook, wherever you are. One is the ads that you see on Google, and and you see the ads on TV also. You see influencer marketing happen in real time, influencers telling you that, recommending you this product, etc. You see how this is happening behind the scene. And once you read about it all, you should actually pick one, be it SEO, be it paid ads, be it social media marketing, be it content creation, be it influencer, whatever it is, right? You want to pick one. Pick one look at the syllabus around it. I'm sure you pick SEO and type SEO course for free or something. You'll get a lot of resources, a lot of certification things as well, like HubSpot, for example. Great HubSpot Academy. Go to, after this podcast, go to HubSpot Academy directly. Whatever you want to learn about marketing is probably there on HubSpot already. Start learning those things, right? And when you learn those things and get certifications, you'll understand a bit more. Every single time you'll keep understanding a bit more, keep moving forward. And then the natural thing you got to do is create a resume, do the internship, apply for it, and from the internship, get into a small fresher job. And once you get into a fresher job for 6 7 months, you'll become a little bit this thing. Your salary is going to increase. You will know where to go. Then you keep on growing. This is how the career path looks like from a student to a fresher to someone who's earning high. You obviously immediately won't earn 1 lakh rupees a month. The amount of money that you're going to make with an internship is 5 to 10,000 rupees at max. If you're in big cities like Bangalore and working for outside companies, probably startups basically, you will probably make 20,000, 30,000 rupees. That's like the max that you're going to get with internships. Secondly, your fresher role in any digital marketing would be around 35, 40,000, 100%. It won't be bigger than that. Once you come across, do that for 1 year, something, you learn about more companies, learn about more tactics, more people, etc. You might venture into either of the two things. Either you'll do it digital marketing by yourself by becoming like a freelancer or something, or you will continue the employing path and then keep growing. This is the whole path summed up in 2 minutes.
So what you mentioned is something like a T-shaped marketer, basically having an awareness about all the areas in marketing and then specializing in one track, right? So
Yep.
not a lot of students are aware about it. So if you could shed some light about it, that would be great.
Sure. So first of all, understand what is marketing and look at the history of advertising. I know it's boring, but you have to look at it. Hardly would take an hour or something. Once you do that, think, right? Think, how do you exactly buy this product? If you have an iPhone in your hand, why did you exactly buy the iPhone? Why is iPhone more desirable to you than the Android phone out there? Why do you think MI is a cheap brand according to you in your own eyes? And why is Apple the most highest brand out there? I want you to pay attention. Have you ever asked yourself those questions? When you ask yourself those questions, you'll understand that it's all marketing behind them. Xiaomi is meant to attract a different set of audience. Apple is meant to attract the rich, the elite, the celebrities, etc. Handbag is sold by Lavi also. Handbag is sold by LV also. You have to, but LV sells handbags at what? 50,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, etc. Lavi sells handbags at what? The 10% of the price, 5,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, etc. So, any industry that you take, any business, anything, businessman or someone inventor makes a product, but someone has to go out and sell this product. Either via coming on Google search, either via coming on your ads, either via connecting with some influencer, either via connecting with some content creator, somehow, either via running TV ads, either via coming on newspaper, somehow they have to sell it. And this somehow they have to sell it, right? That is where the marketer comes and sells it. That's the whole history of marketing. That's the entire thing. Now, if you sell it, if you try to come up on Google search, that's SEO. If you try to run ads, that's performance marketing in a nutshell. Of course, just ads is not performance marketing, but yeah, that's paid advertising, you can say. If you're trying to create social media posts, like every brand, like Zomato, Swiggy, etc., they all have their Instagram pages and etc., right? They're trying to create content over there. So if you're trying to create content like that and attract people, that's social media marketing. And if you're writing articles online, that's content writing. If you're writing those ads, like those catchy Swiggy taglines, those catchy taglines of the new age products that you see, then that's copywriting, right? So I want you to research all this and look at all these things and start somewhere, right? Where you need to start? You need to start with something called as copywriting. You'll understand that no matter which ad you see online, there is a copy. Copy means not copying and writing, but what we call a piece of text, right? That we call in marketing terms as copy. It all is copywriting. You see captions on those social media posts, it's copy. You see text on those images, it's copy. You see video scripts that are happening, it's copy. You see ads out there everywhere, the billboards shot on iPhone, that's copy. So the fundamentals of marketing lie in copywriting, and that's why you need to learn copywriting, and that has to be a strong fundamental base. And once you do copywriting, then only you proceed forward into other aspects of marketing. Why? Because you're going to write something tomorrow, copywriting base will help you. You're going to create ads, copywriting base will help you. You're going to create social media content, copywriting base will help you. You're going to write on LinkedIn or anywhere else, copywriting base is going to help you. You're going to write your resume, copywriting base will help you. You're going to write cover letters, copywriting base will help you. You're going to communicate future with your employees, copywriting base will still help you. So having this as the base is 100% important, no matter what anyone says out there. And once you develop a solid base of content writing by looking at copywriting, by looking at copywriting resources online, etc., then you can join. Then you can join as a copywriting intern, social media intern, etc., other places apply, and that's how I want you to build your career. Now,
So, a lot of the misconception that, at least back in the days, was when someone goes into the field of marketing, a lot of people say, oh, it is basically a sales job. And right now, a lot of people envision or think that, oh, because they see in a lot of marketing descriptions, they see that, oh, design is mandatory, Photoshop or Canva is mandatory. If you can shed some light on that, that would be good as well.
see, in my perspective, where I am right now, I use all of my skills. I have certain design skills, but I'm not a designer. I have certain video editing skills, pretty good at, I would say. But still, I'm not the best video editor out there. Noticing every single frame, noticing every single audio, etc. I make mistakes. I'm not the best copywriter too, but I can write decent copies that can, do it. And if I put a lot of thought into it, yes, I can write some good copies too. So if you think of it, I'm utilizing all sorts of skill sets at this moment in my space and career. And that's what makes me powerful, and that's what makes me earn more. Why? Because I have a combo of skills. Yes, my expertise lies in one core skill, which is organic marketing, which is social media, etc. But I have design skills, I have video skills, I have copy skills, I have basic understanding of I have understanding of all aspects of marketing. I've done affiliate marketing, influencer marketing, every single thing, outreaching, all that, because I've been in this space for a while now. And you have to dabble with all this. You will also dabble with all of this if you're in the space for quite a while. So all of this, you'll accumulate some skills. In the end, what makes you powerful is how you interuse these skills, right? For example, a student in journalism will do great in content writing. Why? Because they're journalists. Their job is about reporting certain things and all the information. That's the reason why journalists make great content writing interns. A student in, let's say, psychology can be a good copywriter. Why? Because marketing is all about understanding that person's mind whom you're selling to and create that kind of an ad or that kind of a brand, right? So it is how it works. You try to you accumulate all these skills in the end, but you start somewhere with what you like. My
True.
thing is, no
And
matter what you like or
nowadays,
what
the
you
saying
dislike,
is,
just use copywriting as a base. Yeah,
true. And right now, recently, a lot of the things in the industry is going is where, if you know just one skill, it's not enough. You need to know a combination of skills, because
100%.
that is the combination of skill sets, because that is what's gonna, make you stand out from the crowd that's there, right?
100%.
Now, of course, everything isn't sunshine and rainbows and butterflies, right? There are also dark days and cloudy days also. There are so many rejections that happen. So if you could tell me, what were certain moments that you faced, or failures that you faced, that were a learning experience for you.
One of the things I faced was whenever whatever company I applied to were rejecting me. And whatever jobs I've got in my whole life, or the people approaching me by seeing my work out there. So the biggest learning that one can take away from this podcast and everything by listening to me is, put your work out there no matter what it is. You create a design, put your work out there. You write something, put your work out there somehow, somewhere on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever is trending back at this time of watching, right? Put your work out there. Once you keep putting your work out there, you'll notice that people will notice your work, and based on your work you will unlock opportunities, just like how I unlocked the first opportunity in content writing just because I put out a movie of Deadpool movie review out there on Facebook. I unlocked this career path, right? So don't take putting your work out there so lightly. So put your work out there, share with people that you're working on certain things, show your work, be proud of your work. Yes, after 1 year, 2 years, it'll start seeming cringe. Why? Because you've grown, but that's all right. Keep doing it. That's one learning I would recommend. Secondly, yes, a lot of failures are common. One thing people need to realize in life or anything is, you've been conditioned for the past 15, 16, 17, 20, 22 years, no matter what age you're watching this, since it's college, I'm assuming in the bracket of 15 to 22. You've been conditioned to believing a lie. The lie is very simple. Failure is bad. Failure equals bad. And if you fail, you have to bend your head down, go out. And that is far from the truth. Why? Because in any field that you take in life, if you're growing in life, failure is a precursor. That means failure is needed. Failure is something that you will 100% face. Guarantee. There's no escaping failure at all in any field you choose, apart from marketing. You want to choose any other field? Sure. You're going to get rejected. Yes. Once you join, you're going to get fired. Yes. Once you join, you're going to get layoff 100%. Once you join, you're going to spend a lot of money and be broke. That's also true. You're going to do all of it. And you might have learned all your skills, but again, you're unable to apply it because of some reason, right? You're going to fail. Your marketing campaigns will fail. Your marketing experiments will fail. Your resumes will fail. Your job applications will fail. You will 100% fail in life. And this is the ultimate truth. There's no escaping from failure. It's all about how you take this failure and keep moving forward. And it is what is needed. Like, I'm going to fail too. In the next 10 years, I'm at least going to have thousands of failures that I'm going to forget also. Right? So
Yeah.
I know for a fact I'm going to fail. And that is the ultimate truth. Now, if you want to avoid failure, that's not going to happen. That's 100% not going to happen. Impossible. So when you fail, consider that you're on the right path to growth. When you fail, look at it like a compass. Like, yeah, yes, I'm failing. It's good. So I would say, yes, don't take failures seriously.
And one of the main reasons for rejections in the applications are college students' CVs or resumes.
Right.
At the earlier stage, when we realize that having a very fancy, colored resume is a very outgoing thing, because we choose different type of colors and we try to stand out with the colors and stuff.
100%.
What do you think should be the main focus for the college students when they give out their CVs or write their CVs to applications or job applications that they send out?
Good. Really good question. Let's jump into the tactics right now and keep the philosophy aside. So, very first thing when you create a resume is avoid Canva altogether, because Canva has shiny resumes and shiny attracts people, especially in this age. But shiny doesn't attract the software that is scanning your resume behind the scene that companies are using, right? Companies get thousands of applications every single day applying for jobs. They're not manually checking your application. A software is, and software doesn't understand shiny, glittery, flowery, your photo, etc. Software only understands one thing: the text inside the resume, if it's legible or not. And that's why, and the software what you call is applicant tracking system, called ATS. And ATS completely rejects Canva resumes altogether. So if you're making a resume in Canva, and if you apply for 1,000 places, let's say even I make a resume, I apply for an internship. If in Canva I make a resume and apply for an internship, even I'll fail. Why? Because ATS is unable to understand the shiny resume made in Canva. So avoid Canva, avoid all the shiny resumes. Stick to a very simple template of resume that I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Fabian can share it with you guys. So apply a simple resume thing. And if you're not interested in the template, just use a software called Rezi, Rezi. Google it. You'll find Rezi Resume Maker. I've used that personally. I've got a job too. My current job is because I used Rezi Resume Maker. So definitely, it's an AI resume maker. Use it. Take advantage of AI. Use the Rezi Resume Maker and create that resume. Now, the core important thing that you need to analyze is one resume doesn't fit all companies or all positions. Each company or each job has a different requirement. Let's take the example of social media marketing. Don't get overwhelmed, but social media marketing sometimes includes showing up in front of camera. Some roles doesn't include showing up in front of camera. For some roles, social media marketing is just customer support to handle customer queries coming on social. So each job is interpreted by these companies in a very different manner. So each job 100% requires a very different resume. So if you're sending one resume to all these companies, sorry, it's not going to work. What you have to do is create one resume, and whenever you are applying to these companies, take that job description, put it in ChatGPT, look out, ask ChatGPT about the keywords needed. If I'm preparing a job, give it like a prompt like, this is the job description I'm applying to. I'm a college student. I have experience in these things. Can you tell me the words I have to include in my resume from this above job description that will matter to the HR and that would clear ATS? If you keep like this prompt, ChatGPT will give out certain keywords that you need to keep it in your resume. Sprinkle it around your resume. Higher chance of clearing ATS. ATS will flag your resume as, oh, this has all the keywords and skills. So do that, and what you're going to notice is getting more interviews from those resumes, and yeah, that's when you will figure it out. So you have to do that hard work. If you're not doing that hard work, you're going to get rejected.
Now, as a marketing manager, you do oversee, if there is something, if there is a requirement in your team, you would look at people beforehand and you would set out the descriptions. Now, of course, you would look at applications as well. So, from a marketing manager's perspective, if freshers are applying to jobs, how do you think they should, or what do you think they should do to stand out? Because everyone is trying to be different, everyone's trying to come up with something unique, but then again, as a marketing manager, you have that tunnel vision that you want this set of things. But if that person does not have it as well, because a job description gives you a lot of things, because a lot of college students get demotivated because of the job description. They feel like, oh, there, I do not have this, or I do not have the amount of experience. Do you think they should still apply? So if you could shed some light based on that, that would be great as well.
Absolutely. So first of all, there is a imposter syndrome that comes in. No matter if you have experience, you still are scared to apply. You need to be able to differentiate between imposter syndrome and genuinely lacking experience. Both are completely different. So if you're not applying to a job because of imposter syndrome, definitely apply. But if you're applying to a job that you don't have any clue about, that you don't know what you're getting into, exactly, you've never done anything or mentioned over there, I would say don't apply. You're obviously going to get rejected. There's no chance that you will be accepted. So that's what another thing I would say is ask yourself that question. Do you even have skills that this job needs? Like, really? And would you, if you were the hiring manager, would you hire yourself? If the answer is no, then definitely work on the skills and not simply apply and try your luck, because your luck is not going to work. Nobody's going to hire a random guy to do the job. They will hire somewhat competent guys. Yes. And regarding hiring managers, yes, we write things in the JD, but sometimes we don't need them all. We need only some of it, the crucial things of it. And if you qualify for at least 2 or 3 out of 5, right, do apply. Fine. We ultimately, the good companies ultimately look for attitude, and we know that skills can be taught. We know that all 5 is also like an impossible dream that we are working on. 5 out of 5 qualified candidates. So 100% do apply if you qualify for 2 or 3 out of the 5 things. Secondly, to standing out, email the HR, email the hiring manager. Usually their name is mentioned. Reach out, go to the company page, look at the HRs, try to look at the marketing guys, message them, send an invite. In the personalized invite, write something like, "Hey, I noticed that your company is hiring on these things. In order for me to qualify as a college student, can you give me some tips?" Then 100% they will help you out. Some might not reply, that's fine, they are busy people. It's not because they hate you or something. They will help you out. They will 100% help you out. I would say reach out like that, you will instantly stand out. If they're posting on LinkedIn or anywhere else, etc., try to comment on their posts, not saying I applied or something. Say that it's good, and that's why you're looking for marketers like this. I'm happy to chat about to fill up this role. Be smart about it, okay? Don't just say I applied, sir. What should I, what is the update? Don't ask like that, okay? And always follow up after 4 days, 5 days. Follow up with the same. Don't just say I'm following up. Just say that I'm also applying to other companies, but I'm keenly interested in your company because of these skill sets. Could you please tell me what is the time frame we are looking at? Right? You have to be smart like that. Ultimately, you learn the communication. You just can't say I'm following up. When will you do this and all that? Follow up 3 times max. After third time, give a gap. Also, don't just follow 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Next day itself, give yourself like 3 weeks gap. If it doesn't happen, leave it. Don't just keep on going. Okay, that's another thing. And then following up at multiple places, as I said, LinkedIn, any other places where they are posting content on Twitter, etc. Lastly, have a good LinkedIn profile. If your because we don't just check your resume, we also check your LinkedIn profile. If your LinkedIn profile is not optimized, where you haven't shared your work and etc., we would love to look at your work. If you can include links of your work in your resume, nothing like it, right? So definitely have links in the resume, and also in the resume there is a column where you find write your phone number, email, etc. Include your portfolio link as well, where you published all your work. 100%. Yes, it can be a Google Drive or anything, and make sure you check the Google Drive permissions beforehand. Why? Because 99% I've seen it. I've had candidates, their Google Drive permissions are not set. That shows lack of attention to detail, basically. And that's why we recommend using platforms like Fueler. You can just go to fueler.io. Great portfolio creation tool, I would say. Better than Google Drive for sure. Use these tools, create portfolio, show your work, get in through your work. Not because you have a degree, not because you have a resume, not because you've done anything, right? If you show that you're having a resume, if you show that you've already worked in this before, already have researched in this before, already have certain certifications or courses that you've taken in this, and you've applied those knowledge, definitely if you show that, we will be much more inclined, as opposed to a regular guy. Imagine an IIT guy comes in, says he wants to apply for this role, versus a 1 year experienced social media guy comes in and he wants to apply for this role by showing his proof of work or portfolio link. I would 100% choose this guy. Why? Because number one, IIT guy will ask a lot of money. Secondly, he will ask a lot of money without showing the experience. Companies have money. It's not like they're willing to shell it if you are able to provide value. But the IT guy will have to learn everything from scratch. Versus you already been in the space, you already done it for a client, you have certain thing. So I would choose you, right? Because the skill set is there, the experience is also there a little, and that's why showing your proof of work is important. Degrees don't matter anymore at this point. Yes, having that doesn't mean drop out of college. Have a degree. Why? Because tomorrow you're gonna go to foreign countries, and foreign countries usually look for degrees while giving out visas. And you might have all the skills you need, but you're unable to go travel. Why? Because you don't have a degree. I made that mistake of dropping out. Nobody cares about college degrees anymore in my thing scenario. But I did went back and did a degree, completed the degree. So 100%. Now I see the importance of it, especially in the visas and other scholarships and travel and loans, and it has its weightage in multiple different things that people don't really talk about. So 100%. It might not be needed for jobs, but it's needed for a lot of other things, especially in the future. So this is the whole thing.
Last question.
Sure.
What advice would you give to the young generation of marketers in the next 2, 3, 5 years time?
First thing is, initially you will be joining bad companies, and that's all right. You have to recognize the culture, everything is bad, and you have to be working in a bad company for the at least first 1 year, 2 years at max. Beyond that, if you're becoming comfortable and staying in the bad company, then it's your fault and not the bad company's fault for having a toxic culture, because you're putting up with it. So you immediately have to shift to a good company culture. Look for companies that are valuing attitude, etc., are valuing you as a person over, you know, other things, I would say, like your skills or something. Yes, they value skills too, but those companies are so good that they want to preserve their culture, not exactly want they don't want to uh, hustle, hire people, and then do all these kind of things. So your growth is directly proportional. Your growth in this entire marketing career is directly proportional to the people and the companies that you work with. Try aiming for working with the right people who will push you, but not exactly the kind of people who will push you too much or something, or break you. That is not something that this is not army, so don't do that. Work with that kind of right people. Work with bigger people who are ready to pay. Don't go free internships. Work with people who have that credibility and the metal, who have actually done marketing. These are your usually hidden people out there. Because the people who are actually showing off online, their lifestyle and etc., they are not actually the true marketers. Why? Because they're busy showing off while the hard work is done by the people hidden behind the computer, whom you will never really see. Try to connect with those kind of people and try to work with those kind of people. Why? Because you will grow as a person, as a individual, as definitely in terms of job and every single thing. Money 100%. Again, if you work with the right people, money is not even a concern. Yes, you will get your MacBooks. Yes, you will get your iPhones. Every single thing is achievable in this industry. Yes, at times you will feel like quitting marketing, all the time. In fact, that's also all right. Okay, doesn't mean you actually go and quit it. Yes, there are stressing points out there, but if you work with the right people and the right companies where you're working on things that you are liking or you have somewhat interest in. I'm not saying go into this hidden journey of finding your passion. No. You have somewhat interest in and you're trying to work in there. Sure. That is what it is. That is what passion truly is. There's no secret of finding passion, like people say. If you find certain interest, just say to the company, I'm good at this. I'm finding interesting things in this. I'm sure you put me in this particular interest thing, I will do wonders for your company. Company will be like, sure, yeah, let's do it. So do work for such kind of companies and not toxic bosses and everything. That is my number one advice for marketers. Why? Because they are these Delhi internet marketing companies. You pay them 7,000 rupees, they'll do everything under the sun, entire 360-degree digital marketing. And if you work for those kind of companies, you're going to ruin your career. Ultimately, after 4 or 5 years of working for those companies, you would have become like an extremely bad marketer, and now you would have to unlearn a lot of things to become like a good marketer. And those patterns, habit patterns that you learned from working with these kind of bad companies, are hard to break. Yes, they can be broken. If you are willing to go through the pain, they can be broken for sure. I know many people who have broken, in fact, but they're hard to break. This constant unlearning, relearning of things. The world is getting updated every single time. Subscribe to the right newsletters, not all of it, just the right ones, good ones, like Lenny's newsletter, for example, in marketing. 100% recommended. Read the right blogs, social media today, digitalmarketer.com, HubSpot. Don't just consume any random content where people say you become a millionaire, etc. Don't just consume that kind of a content, and consume from the right authority, right people, so that you don't have to unlearn a lot. And then keep proceeding forward. Maintain quality over quantity any single time in every single thing. Right now, with advent of AI, what's happening is quantity is becoming a lot, quality
True.
is less. Before there used to be debate of quantity versus quality. Yes, it used to be a hard debate. Right now, it's very easy debate. Quality always over quantity. If you think
True.
your startup is doing quantity, just quit that startup. Try to talk to your manager. Try to have a knack, right? Don't be afraid of your manager, etc. They also need you. You also need them. It's like a two-way transaction. Initially, when you're applying, starting May, you will feel like, okay, companies are gods. We have to get in somehow. Later on, after 2 years, you have to learn salary negotiation definitely and all that, but you also have to learn that they also need you. It's a two-way transaction. You have to see if you're fit for the company or not. I i have to be jobless for a while, let's say tomorrow, until I find a good company. Yes, I'll have be having hundreds of job offers, but that doesn't mean I take on every job offer that I get. I have to fit somewhere. I have certain cultural notions, a certain style of working, etc. Slowly, when you grow up, you'll realize all of this will come in. So you don't have to think of all this. Don't overwhelm you with this. Stick to the basics. Stick to the fundamentals. The answers is always in the fundamentals. And good companies, quality over quantity. Have a proper resume, etc. And definitely pay for things. Don't try to expect everything for free. If you have a course that you like, pay for it. If you have a software product that will really help you out, pay for it. If someone's consultation will help you out, definitely pay for it. That is the most fast track way that you can immediately excel over your regular peers. Even I pay for advice. There are many marketers who are way more advanced than me. I pay for their advice 100%. I do, even to this day. So that doesn't. So that's why the moment you start doing things like this, where your peers won't even think of doing, they would rather spend it on McDonald's or some other thing, right? Or EMI for an iPhone by spending 4,000 rupees a month. You pay 3,000 rupees, get your shit together with a career guy or a marketer who has experience, who's been there, done that. That's much, much more valuable than spending on an EMI for an iPhone and showing off. And you'll realize that you're going to get an iPhone eventually in your career. An iPhone will stop mattering, right? Like, I don't care about iPhones anymore. I'm back to Android because Android is love. Okay. So this is the advice I'm going to give. I know I'm going too long, but watch the replay definitely. Why? Because a lot of golden insights I've given. I wish somebody had given this to me before. It would have been amazing.
All right. Thank you for tuning into the podcast, and thank you so much, Menank. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow me and Menank on LinkedIn. I will leave the link down in the description below. I will also leave the free resume template that Menank mentioned in the video in the description as well. So once again, thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.